What's up, guys? Hope you're all having a good night. Just want to, first off, clarify that as far as our lead meetings go, this is how it's going to go every other time. So, like, the first week of the month, it's going to be a video presentation. Some weeks it might be Logan and myself. Sometimes it might just be me. Sometimes it might be just Logan. But this is the first time we're doing it, so I just figured I'd give it a whirl. And then on the last week of the month, we're still all going to meet up as a team and sit down and in person and have a meeting. But I want to apologize too, then real quick, just right off the bat, apologize for how the rest of this video is going to go. Because it's already like my 10th take, and this is the furthest I've gotten. So we're going to roll with it. Got a lot of good stuff coming at you. So, as far as cleaning goes and cleanliness, we'll start there. Next week, I think, sometime next week, we're going to have our Q1 inspection. And that's going to be super fun. We're going to schedule a cleaning party-ish, maybe 4 people or so, and just knock it out one of the nights prior to Kenny coming over. Which Johnny also provided us with a binder that shows like all the criteria, everything that Kenny checks on. So that's a sweet resource for us to get a really good score on it. And the binder's in the bathroom. It's called like Quality Assurance Book or something. It's a blue binder. Here, check it out. Sorry, I keep looking away, but I've got all our notes on my computer that I'm referring to here, because it's going to be hard to go off the top of my head with all this. As far as that goes, let's be excited for that. We don't know the date yet for sure. Which leads us to like winter cleaning, closing tasks. And the closing tasks, we do have them for, they're under like where it shows to clean the freeze. Which freeze for each night. There's also some cleaning tasks, such as, wiping down the syrup racks or cleaning behind the espresso machine and stuff. And I know they have not been getting done because I had completely forgotten about them for a while now. And then once I double checked on them and how things looked, like the syrup racks were gnarly. So let's just get back in the habit of getting those done on our closes. Also, especially with how slow it is during winter time, if you check the sales, which we've like referred to, it really shows like that we only need like half of a person for the last 2 hours of the close. So we really want to be productive during those hours, since we've got 2 people on the close and it only says we should have like half of a person. Labor is really high during that time, and that's just the best way, to keep Jimmy happy, to keep everybody, the business healthy. We just really want to be productive during those times. And since it's super slow, I've just went around the shop and taken some pictures of things that we can focus on, like kind of special projects each night, that I will be hitting you all up with. I'll just shoot you a text if you're closing that night and be like, hey, will you work on this? Also, let's just shout out Monica. She's hopping on. She's going to be taking on like 4, maybe 5 closes a week. So that's super rad. Monica's awesome. We love her. If you haven't had the chance to work with her yet, I hope you do. Give her a big hug or high five or show her some love or something. That's about it as far as the cleaning tasks go. I'm wondering how all the shift goals are going. Are people still on that? A way you can be sure of it is when you're setting up your shift, you can see who else has a little note on their shift. And that's usually, if it's not a lead, then it's a shift task or a shift goal. So you can hold them accountable that way and just ask if they've done a goal yet. Boom. shift tasks, are they those papers that we have on the fridge? How's that going? Is that still getting done every shift? Sorry, this is weird. This is weird talking to myself really on the phone. Maybe I should like cover up the camera. That doesn't work. Anyways, let's say if you are the afternoon lead and you are 12 to 5, are we assigning someone, if the cleaning tasks aren't done yet, are we assigning someone like to be responsible to see those through, to make sure that those get finished up? And like once they have that done, to send you a picture of the shift report? I'm not sure if we covered that or if that was just in the manager meeting, but does that make sense? So let's say you're off at 5 and you've still got to like do some of those tasks. You can assign that to someone and be like, hey, you know, I gotta go, my shift is over, but we still need to finish these. So will you make sure that it gets done, and then when it's done, send me a picture of the shift report so that I know that it's all taken care of, and so that I don't have to come back down to the shop to make sure that those get finished. Because really, at the end of your lead shift, if those things aren't done, we got to stay on and do that as the lead. That's our responsibility, part of our responsibility on our shift. But you can totally delegate that out too. So hopefully you're doing that and getting that taken care of so that you don't have to come back to the shop. Besides like that situation though, or those situations, as far as like our shifts go, which Johnny powwowed maybe last powwow, about clocking out when your shift is over. That way it's just easier to track like hours and payroll and stuff on his end, and it makes it nice for everybody working, because it's like, okay, if my shift is 12 to 3, I know that at 3 I can go, I'm off, I'm done for the day, boom, sweet. The only reason you would want someone to stay on is to help like with the rush and to help with cars and to serving our customers, because if we need someone else, you know, then they're there and they're handy and they can help. But like for restocking and taking out trash and stuff like that, they don't need to stay on for that, because eventually the rush will die out and we'll be able to catch up on that stuff. That's people still being on the shift. Also, like counting tips too, they really don't need to be clocked in for that, because they're splitting up their money, you know, like they shouldn't be getting paid to count their money. So just be on top of that. Like when people ask at the end of their shift if there's anything they can do, just be like, nope, you're off, it's 3 o'clock, you know, you gotta go home, you gotta clock out, and boom, peace out. Unless it's a line, then you can be like, hey, you know, we need you for another few minutes, if you can go help run the line or something like that. But past that, moving on now. This is more, we're gonna get into some operational stuff that I want to touch base on a lot. It's all running now from here on out, so like the runner really controls the flow of the whole shop, you know. If the runner is backed up, or like they're helping a new customer who has a lot of questions and they lose track of where they're at in line, you know what I mean? They keep moving up and moving up, and then like they're actually helping the person who should be at the window. That means that they've got like 10 or 12 cars in line that are just waiting, and that there's like 5 people inside doing nothing essentially, because there's no drinks coming in. So that's how like the runner controls the flow of this shop. So whenever that happens, whenever the runner gets like stuck on a customer, or something, you know, or just a really long order or whatever it is, even if it's just for like 5 seconds or 10 seconds, like any amount of time where we've got everybody inside with nothing to do or no drinks to make, then we should be having that sense of urgency that it's like, we don't have anything to do, we're not doing anything, like someone needs to go out and help them and to get cars so that we can keep busy, and keep the flow going and keep track of like all the customers that we're helping out. So we have added a new button in the order details. There's the colors of the cars, and then there's like the car descriptions, and then at the very end there's a button that says send runner. So right off the bat, if you're having trouble, like if you just helped out that one customer that required like a lot of your attention, then the next car you can hit send runner, and boom, someone will be running and helping you out. And that happened a couple times on my shift today. Actually, it worked great. So let's use that button for help. And like really anybody can run at that point too. If people aren't making drinks, milk or shots, they can run, and someone can cover bar. Pit can go out and run, and you know, if 1 or 2 pit drinks come in, that's not going to be like, oh my gosh. Just to help to get that runner back on track, basically, because it's tough when there's like one person outside with, then they're like, they've only gotten 1 car's order. You know, as the runner, you feel that urgency because you've got this whole line. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to catch up. And it's just kind of, it's really unproductive when we've got one person out there struggling and then like 5 people or more inside that are just kind of like waiting around for drinks. So let's just work together on that, because we're all a team, you know what I mean? Anybody can go out and grab a couple cars, come back in, and keep that flow going. Let's see here. Oh no, guys, I just deleted my stuff. So anyways, I think I was pretty much almost done. Running cash too. Man, we should always be doing that. We should always have that like ready for us to be able to do it, you know what I mean? Even if we can't be cashing out every car and whatnot because of the weather and it being cold, I understand like that. It just makes sense, you know. It's not going to be like the same when it is summertime. We're moving around now. But even if you can get like 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 3, you know, if you're towards the end of the line running, like we can always just be cashing people out when we have time. So we should be doing that. And the more cars we can cash out, the more drinks we can run out, and that just the more customers that we can help. And I've actually been getting these reports emailed to me every day about, it shows like the time average for every hour and how many cars came through the line. And after this video, I will put those into the West Leaders Managers group so you guys can scope that out, and you will see patterns too. It's like whenever, like the faster we are, the less average time it is at the window, the more cars we have, you know. Whenever it's under like 55 seconds, we've helped like more than 60 cars in an hour. And you'll be able to see. It's pretty cool. And if it's something that you want to keep receiving, let me know, and I can keep posting those. We're about coming up on 15 minutes. Good stuff. Let's see if I can see any more else. Times when customers are in drinks. Blah, 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 blah. In Westside PDA, I did also post the standard for setting up the aprons. So check that out if you haven't already. And hopefully soon we'll be getting like little coin holder thing. Alex Winters hit me up about that. And HQ was kind of working on something. Johnny seemed a little unsure about when, so he said that we can totally, like, he can find one on Amazon or something and buy it, and we can use that until we get the official HQ set up. But until all that happens, just check out the Westside PDA and you'll see how to set up the runner apron. Besides all that, let's see, the 3 to 4 person flow about window person not having to just always be on window. It's like there are appropriate times for the person to step away. Let's say like if walk up comes up during a 3 to 4 person flow, remind you, and you get walk up, then you as the lead can ask the window person to help out walk up, or you as the lead can ask the window person to finish your drink while you help walk up. If you're getting really hit hard, you can ask the window person, be like, hey bro, I'm gonna need you to make a couple of these pit drinks, like for a 3 person flow. If the runner's still outside, you know, you can totally ask the window person to step away and help you out. And we can make a little chart too, more in detail about when that will be appropriate and when to not. You know, like let's say filling a Rebel machine, person doesn't need to hop off the window for that. But we also don't want like to have a person just sitting there at the window when they could be helping the flow of the line. So that's just a couple examples of that right now. Stay tuned for a chart. Then another thing is Voxer is super cool resource and communication tool that I want us to, well, Logan and I want to see being used through the whole leadership team. So if you guys can check out that app, I will also post a picture of the app on there on West Leads and Managers. It'll just be a good platform for us all to just like communicate our thoughts and to share with each other, like about the meeting. If you have any meeting like questions from the meeting or anything, it's a good way to refer back to things that have been said if you've forgotten about it or whatever. It's just really cool, a lot of fun. So let's get on that. I think, yeah, we did try to do that once with Alex and myself. So let's try it again. Let's get that in motion. Besides that, I hope I'm not leaving anything out, but we're coming up on 20 minutes. So once you've just watched this video, go ahead and shoot me a text. Tell me what your favorite color is, so I know you've seen this whole thing. I love you guys. In a couple weeks here, we're all gonna sit down at South and have a nice meeting together. And these videos will get better, I promise. But that's all I got for you tonight. I don't want to take up any more of your time. Love you guys. Have a good night.